What is going on, everyone? This is Eric coming at you from just outside of Hartford, Connecticut. And today, we're going to look at the draft pick trade that led to the selection of Budda Baker. Now, this occurred during the 2017 NFL Draft. So the original trade was between the Arizona Cardinals and the Chicago Bears. So the original trade saw the Arizona Cardinals acquire pick 36 and 221 from Chicago in exchange for picks 45, 119, 197, and a 2018 fourth-round pick. So without further ado, let's jump in, and we will start with the Arizona Cardinals, as they would, with the 36th pick, select safety Budda Baker. So Budda Baker was a key special team player as a rookie for Arizona, and he would actually earn the starting role on the defense midway through the season. He had a decent second year as the full-time starter, and in 2019, he had a career high at this point in time, 147 tackles, 104 of which were solo. Now, he would have a career year in 2020, recording 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, and 118 tackles. Now, after the 2019 season, he had been rewarded with a big contract. People were skeptical. He proved it was the right move by Arizona. He is a 3-time Pro Bowler, however, one of which was as a special team player. That was, of course, his rookie year. He is also a 2-time first-team All-Pro. One of those 2 times was as a special teamer. He was a special team first-time All-Pro, or first-team All-Pro, and a safety first-team All-Pro. So, still pretty impressive so far, 4 years into his career. Now, that 221st pick ends up getting traded to Oakland. So they would bundle 221 with 231 in exchange for pick 208. And the 208th pick would be used on safety Rudy Ford. So safety Rudy Ford was a key special team player for 2 years in Arizona before he was dealt straight up to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for defensive tackle Bruce Hector. And Hector, he doesn't even make the team. He gets waived after about a week and a half of training camp. So, yeah. So that is how Arizona did. How did Chicago do? So with the 45th pick, the Chicago Bears would select tight end Adam Shaheen. And Adam Shaheen was a tight end 3 as a rookie, but he was supposed to be the guy in 2018. However, 2018 sees him hurt his foot in the preseason, which essentially ruins his shot, and he wouldn't return until mid-November. And when he returned, other players had stepped up, so he kind of had a lost year in 2018. He had a quiet 2019 as a tight end 2 in Chicago before he was traded to the Miami Dolphins in exchange for a 2021 7th-round pick. We'll see what pick that is when all is said and done. So that 119th pick would be used by Chicago on running back Tariq Cohen. And Tariq Cohen was a very undersized running back, which is why he fell in this draft. And he showed promise as a rookie. Basically, he was a very good pass catcher in college, and he showed it again in the pros. So he flashed even more so in 2018, breaking out as both a receiver and a returner, while also still getting some carries. Not a lot, but a good amount. He had a solid 2019 season as well, but in 2020, he would actually end up tearing his ACL in week 3 of the season, which obviously ended the season. So he actually is a 1-time Pro Bowler as a special teamer, and a 1-time first-team All-Pro, again, as a special teamer, as a returner for both things. So that 197th pick would be traded to the LA Rams, alongside the 117th pick for the 112th pick. And with 112, the Bears found themselves a nice draft steal when they selected safety Eddie Jackson. And Eddie Jackson became an instant starter as a rookie, and he played very well, starting all 16 games. He had an amazing 2018 season, which saw him record 6 interceptions, 2 of which he returned for touchdowns, as well as 1 sack. Now, he did that despite missing the last 2 games of the season, and unfortunately for them, he also would miss the 1 playoff game, which is known as the double doink game. He would actually ranked as the number 1 safety by Pro Football Focus that year. He had a strong 2019 season as well, and an even stronger year in 2020. At this point in time, he is a 2-time Pro Bowler and a 1-time first-team All-Pro. Lastly, we have the 2018 4th-round pick, which became the 115th pick. And with that pick, the Bears would select, forgive me if I butcher his name, Joel Ieaway. So he basically, at this point in time, he has been a special teamer for the past 3 years. So, yeah. So that's how Chicago and Arizona did. How did the other teams involved do? So the Oakland Raiders, with the 221st pick, would select safety Shalom Luani, who was a special teamer for 1 year before being traded. So, yeah. And the 231st pick was used on offensive tackle Jalen Ware. Jalen Ware appeared in 1 game as a special teamer as a rookie before being cut. The Philadelphia Eagles got safety Rudy Ford. Rudy Ford has been a key special teamer for the Eagles for 2 years, despite missing most of the 2020 season with injury. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in the offseason. Now, the Rams, with the 117th pick, would select wide receiver Josh Reynolds. And Josh Reynolds was a backup as a rookie before stepping up in 2018 after Cooper Kupp got hurt. But he remained a wide receiver 3 on the team. But he did kind of break out, recording 8 touchdowns. He had an okay 2019 year, but he did better in 2020, catching 52 passes for 618 yards. Now, he again is a pending free agent, so we'll see what happens with him. He's probably not going to go back to the Rams. Now, 197 ends up getting traded to the New York Jets, along with the 141st pick, in exchange for the 125th pick. And pick 125 would be used on linebacker Samson Ebukam. And Ebukam was a backup year 1 before becoming a solid starter in his second year. And then he would move to the outside linebacker role in 2019, but he would kind of struggle there before having a solid rebound year in 2020. So how did the Jets do? With the 141st pick, they would select wide receiver Chad Hansen, who recorded 9 catches as a rookie before being cut. And with the 197th pick, they would select cornerback Jeremy Clark, who would appear in just 2 games over 2 different seasons before being cut as well. Lastly, we have the Miami Dolphins, who saw tight end Adam Shaheen serve as a decent tight end 2 in 2020. He did sign a contract extension with the team, so he'll be with the team for a couple more years. But yeah, that is the Budda Baker trade. Again, the Cardinals probably win this trade by getting Budda Baker, but at the same time, the Bears did get Tariq Cohen and Eddie Jackson. So, pretty balanced trade if you ask me. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a good rest of your day.